Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur TV show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur. And so, as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click the notification bell and click the word all so that you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. You can follow me on Instagram at Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur. You can also follow the Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur fan page, and you can follow me on Twitter at DGoddess27. So let's get into it, honey. The nefariousness continues. Now, a South Carolina man was charged with murder in a drive-by shooting that left a 6-year-old child dead. So now they were looking for this man by the name of Michael Lloyd, who's 20 years old and who, in fact, was also involved in it. And they have recently, captured him. Now, during the press conference, they mentioned that they were still looking for him, but he has been arrested. Okay. So a 20-year-old South Carolina man was arrested this week for his alleged role in a drive-by shooting that left a 6-year-old dead earlier this month. Now, Michael Lloyd is the third suspect arrested and charged in connection with the death of young Winston Hunter. So according to Orangeburg County Sheriff Leroy Ravenel, authorities took Lloyd into custody without incident at approximately 2 a.m. Monday morning in Ontario, New York. Now, he is currently facing 1 count of murder. They said, "We had law enforcement across the country looking for these suspects. I said we would not stop until we found them," Ravenel said. A child was retiring for the night after an evening with family and friends, and now he's gone because of these cowards. Now, they say this was over a purchase of marijuana. They were trying to either purchase marijuana or rob someone of it, they say. And so, which all led to this, and then gunfire spewed out. The child, unfortunately, was in his home and he was shot. And so they say, hold on, let me see where I'm at. Okay, yeah. So Anderson on Sunday afternoon reportedly appeared for a virtual hearing before Calhoun County Magistrate Judge Robert Lake. Now, Judge Lake denied Anderson a bond on the murder charge. And Anderson is the 19-year-old who was arrested. Now, his name is Ethan Thorne Anderson, okay, of West Columbia. He was taken into custody on Friday. And it wasn't until Monday when they caught Michael Lloyd. Okay, now he's one of the people charged with 1 count of murder, 3 counts of attempted murder, and 4 counts of possession of a weapon during the commission of a violent crime connected to the death of Hunter. Now, an unidentified 17-year-old suspect was also arrested in New York and charged in the deadly shooting. The suspect's name was not released because of his age. Ravenel said that authorities were already working to have the juvenile extradited back to South Carolina. Now, here's the thing. He's 17 years old and he's a minor. But my thing is, if you've killed someone, you've committed any type of violent crime, your name and your face should be shown. The world needs to see who you are. Okay? They should not protect these devils, especially after they've murdered someone's innocent child. Now, on the evening of Friday, May 13th, Hunter and his family returned to their home on McLean Street in Woodford after a family gathering. This is what Ravenel says. And says the 6-year-old was inside of his home at approximately 11:35 p.m. when a bullet was allegedly fired from a vehicle passing in front of the home. Cameras in the area allegedly captured the vehicle, which was a 2-door gray sedan. It was fleeing the scene, and it turned onto Highway 321 only minutes after the shooting. During Sunday's press conference, Ravenel said investigators believe that the suspect's family initially met in West Columbia Friday evening before driving to Woodford, to that area where they planned to either buy drugs or commit a drug-related robbery. He clarified that Hunter and his family were not party of the alleged drug deal nor robbery and were unintentional victims of subsequent violence. So let's just go to the footage. Okay, let's just go to the footage. Now, I'm not going to show this whole press conference because it's kind of lengthy. I'm going to show an excerpt from it. And that on the screen, that picture I just put up, that's the thug that was last arrested, Michael Lloyd, 20 years old. So I'm going to share my screen. And I'm going to fast forward to the pertinent part of this press conference. Everyone, please get those likes up. Please like and share. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Thank you in advance.
Now, like we said, this is an ongoing.
Sorry, I had to rewind it back a little bit.
A department in New York, which is still assisting us on this day. That vehicle was stopped in New York. They called us with some information. About an hour later, we were in West Columbia, South Carolina, with the owner of that vehicle. He was brought in, questioned, and taken into custody. The owner of that vehicle that we arrested and charged with murder on Friday, he is 19-year-old Ethan Anderson. White male, 7/25/2002 is his date of birth. From West Columbia. At the same time, we were interviewing Ethan with information that we gave to the sheriff's office in New York City. They had detained 2 individuals in that vehicle. One individual was a juvenile. I'm not able to give you any information on him, but what I can tell you is that he's in custody, and we will have him back in South Carolina as soon as we possibly can. He has also been charged with murder. I will tell you also, to show you where this investigation has gone thus far, having no information, we have recovered 2 of the 3 weapons that were used in this crime. Now, we'll take a minute to thank everybody in just a few, but what I want to do now is to thank you, the media, for being our partners also. Because, again, once we put this information out, and to get a call and information from thousands of miles away, we have to give you, the media, the credit for that. Now, like we said, this is an ongoing investigation. If you can tell, I think I'm more pissed than I am hot. I really am. Because here again, we didn't have to be here, but we're here. Simply because, and I'll just give you this little scenario, because some individuals got together in West Columbia, South Carolina, and decided to ride to Woodford or North to make either a buy or robbery of something that Chief Keel and I was fighting against for the longest, marijuana. It all leads back to marijuana. Now, 6-year-old Winston and his family house was shot up accidentally. Let's get that out there. There was no marijuana there. They were not looking for anybody there. Now, that's still on investigation as far as the area, but I can tell you that without a shadow of a doubt. What I will tell you now, and why we need y'all to work a little bit more, we have another individual that we're looking for. This individual that we're looking for now is Michael Lloyd, 20-year-old Michael Lloyd. And I want y'all to put him all over the country. He can run. New York is not far enough, as you see. 20-year-old Michael Lord, he's 5'2", 180 pounds. DOB, November the 1st, 2001. On his driver's license, he's listed as a white male, but he's a Hispanic white male. We are, at this present time, in contact with law enforcement all over this country to locate him.
Okay, so I think we've heard enough, but let me just say this. I am so glad that he took the liberty of holding up the pictures of those devils. Because often when people hear about drive-bys, they already, they often suspect that it's Black people involved, Black gang members and all of that. And I've been telling you all numerous of times that they have white gangs too. And they just don't call them gangs. They call them groups. And even when they catch the gang members, they don't come out and report on the news media, the lamestream propagandist machine. They don't come out and say that they're gang members, but that's absolutely what they are. That's absolutely what they are. All of these racist these bikers, right? The outlaws, the Hells Angels, all of them are gangs. The Proud Boys, gang. The Boogaloo Boys, gang. They call them militia groups and all these things. They're gangs. That's what they are. They have gangs on college campuses composed of kids from the suburbs. They're out there selling drugs on college campuses, hazing people, killing people, doing all sorts of things. And when they get caught, it is quietly resolved most often. So like I said, I'm glad that he did, show the photos of them or whatever. And I want you to also pay attention because this thug on the screen here, Michael Lloyd, the 20-year-old that was just arrested, right? That was just arrested. Now I want you to pay attention because they said that on his license, it says that he's white, but he's actually a white Hispanic male. I've been telling you all that forever. Most of these Hispanic people absolutely claim white, okay? That's what they do because they want to fit in with wanton white supremacy, and they are just as racist, many of them, as everybody else, okay? They are just as racist as these other racist devils. And that's why they say that they're a white. They claim whiteness. And so the only time they want to start hollering about a Black and brown coalition is when they get their wake-up call and they realize that the people that they try so desperately to be a part of are absolutely against them. And when something goes wrong in their community, then they want to enlist the aid of Black people, honey, but they don't have time for us. They don't care anything about us. And there, in fact, as far as I'm concerned, there is no Black and brown coalition. There is just us. Okay, as far as I'm concerned. So anyway, I'm glad that he was caught. All right, I hope every last one of them get what they deserve. As far as the 17-year-old who's unidentified, they can't show his face. Well, they need to. Because if you are bold enough to go out here and be riding with thugs and y'all kill somebody's child, a 6-year-old who was minding his own little business, you absolutely need to be exposed, honey. All that should go out the door. Anytime you're out here, as far as I'm concerned, I don't care if you're a minor, but you're out here killing people, robbing, armed robbery, and committing those type of adult crimes, you should be treated as an adult, tried as an adult, and your face should be shown. And that's just what it is. So everyone, please drop a comment telling me what you think about this nefarious story and these thugs and the actions that they engage in, right? And pay attention, because like I said, this isn't the first drive-by by some white folk. It absolutely isn't. They just don't like to report these things on the air. And that's just fact. Okay? That is just fact. And like I told you all just days ago, those shootings in Chicago, many of those drive-bys on the weekends with all these numerous people murdered, casualties, these are often white folks too, honey. Don't let them tell you that it's the gangster disciples, the Bloods and Crips and all that. Don't listen to it, okay? That's a load of BS, honey. It's not always them. Sometimes it's those oppressors, all right? Those racists. It's often them, just like I told you, honey. And sometimes they put on derrick suits so they can try to disguise themselves as looking like Black folks. But we all know who it is. We all know who it is. So anyway, with that all being said, everyone please like and share, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so that you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Until next time, beloveds, I will talk to you all again soon.